Good morning.
How's it going?
Going all right? Good morning.
That's Portland FSU full screen. Did you see that?
I missed it.
Hmm?
I missed it.
That is this one on the top here?
Oh,
Yeah. We have a screen here.
yeah.
Just turning around. Showcase this.
I see that. I mean, neat.
The screen in the middle of the room was
That
just
rotates.
turning. I mean, this is crazy.
It's crazy.
Did you see Portland? They have a screen in the middle. Rotating.
What?
You see? Everybody's fascinated by
So
that.
good. The screen is the world's Wow.
Turns around to face both directions.
Oh, okay, cool.
Face
So it's
either
some sort of
direction.
giant special TV, like the one you have at your house, so you can watch TV.
Yeah, I can walk around and the TV
I know a
follows
guy who
me.
builds concealed large screen televisions, and his gig is building things that come down from the ceiling or come out from behind
Yeah, I
the
listen to
mantle.
AV podcast, and they're into, if you're really serious, you have a projector and a screen,
Yeah.
and you get an acoustically transparent screen, so you hear the speakers
Speakers behind you.
it rolls up, and they calibrate everything.
I don't care about TV quite that much.
Nor can I dedicate that kind of space in my house to it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you try. Yeah. Let's turn the kids' bedroom into a
Not yet. Yeah.
It's a reason to have kids to get the extra bedroom so that when the kids leave, you have a den.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's the whole purpose of having children.
Oh, Potts is in here.
Oh, cool. Mountain View, can I get a high sign that you can hear me? Woo,
Posh,
thank
yes, we
you.
can hear you. Posh, are you currently sharing your laptop right now? Because we no longer see it from Manview.
What's up?
No longer see your screen share.
Oh, you do not see my screen share.
No.
Okay. Hang on one sec. Let me see if I can turn that off. Can we disable our local share? Yes, we can. Cool. How we doing? Better?
Yep, we can see it now. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Normally all that stuff is fixed up 2 years before the meeting.
I'll just call out when we're ready to go.
Can you showcase this visual screen? The rotating screen? Portland?
Are we stream counted down? Okay, I'm ready. Whenever everyone else is ready. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, September 10th, 2018. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi from lovely Portland. I hadn't been to the new office yet. It is awesome. Thanks for joining us. Let us get started. It's good to be back. Friends of Mozilla for this week. Big thank you to Oriole, EXE Boss, Peter, Arshad, Tom, Ian, Tomislav, and Adam for their co-contributions to the Web Extensions API in Firefox 63. They accounted for nearly 25% of all new Web Extensions features and bug fixes for this release. Web Extensions in Firefox 63 has a ton of new stuff. If you haven't checked it out recently, you should. And a huge thanks to our community for making all that happen and being such a big part of that success. Thank you much. Also, thanks to Flocky, Kalian, Shagufta, Miguel, and Viswa, who gave talks over the U.S. Labor Day weekend. And thanks to Carson, Abraham, and Hui, who are speaking later this week in Germany, India, and Belarus, respectively. So we love our tech speakers when they're out there talking about Mozilla stuff, even when we sometimes are on holiday. So thanks to all our tech speakers for talking about fantastic Mozilla things. And this week, we actually have a couple special introductions from Danelle. So we're actually going to jump ahead to intros and let Danelle do a couple special introductions. Then we're going to jump back to our normal agenda. So Danelle, if you are with us, I pass over to you.
Well, thank you, Poch. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Nice to be here. I wanted to take this moment to introduce Amy Keating, who's in San Francisco, who's our new general counsel. You got to come over here. You got to stand up here. So we obviously did a blog post on this, and I sent an email. She is the general counsel, is going to lead our wonderful legal team. She comes to us from Twitter, but she's got tons of experience, and we're very lucky to have her and excited that she's here. So thank you. Today's her first day. Thanks so much.
Welcome.
Just hello to everyone. I'm really, really excited to be here. I've been looking forward to starting, and I really appreciate Danelle for bringing me on board, and I look forward to meeting many of you in person soon. Thank you.
All right. And one other introduction, who some of you have already met him. He started last week. It is Rosh Hashanah today, so I think he's actually out of the office, but his name is Alan Davidson, and he is the VP of our Global Policy and Trust and Security Group. So I don't know if he's on screen, but if he's not, he is absolutely excused given the holiday. And thank you for him as well. He's going to be great in terms of working with our wonderful team that already exists to make things even stronger and better for us. So thanks, everyone. I appreciate it much for the time.
Welcome. Thanks, Danelle. Let me get my screen reshared real quickly.
Uh-oh, Potch.
Oh, yeah.
One more introduction.
Oh, I'm going to do all the rest of the introductions at the end of the call.
I'm
That's all right?
sorry.
No, you're all good. That is on me for jumping the schedule all around. All right, we're going to do some events real quick. Today, 10th of September, is Sumo Day for Firefox 60. If you are interested in being part of our support process, it is run by volunteers. You can be a volunteer. And you can sign up with on the wiki page and participate both in social media channels and in our support forums to support users as they join up with Firefox 62 and get people on board with maybe even some of the new ESR transition stuff. So your help would be appreciated. On Wednesday, we have the add-ons community meeting, and that is at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time in the ACE video room. If you are interested and active in that wonderful extensions community, as you saw with all those new contributors and new and good first bugs getting closed, this is the meeting where you can talk about that stuff. And like I said, that is at 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, and there's a link in the wiki with more information. Also on Wednesday is the Sumo Community Weekly Meeting. That's at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time in the Sumo video room. So if you're interested in our volunteer support efforts and the maintenance of the Sumo website and community, there's a link in the wiki where you can learn how to join that meeting as well. Next week, we have our speaker series. And that's with Yuda, and that is going to be in Mozilla Toronto and broadcast live on Air Mozilla and YouTube. And that is 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central European time. And that's about inclusive design and unlearning to include and innovate. So there's links with more information about the actual talk itself, and hopefully you can make some time to watch that live, but it is potentially going to be recorded and available later. All right. With that, our schedule is wrapped, and we have a handful of speakers today. And first up is Mark Walsh in the London office talking about MozFest. So hello, Mark.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mark. I work on the production team for Mozilla Festival. MozFest 2018 is fast approaching and is taking place across London from October 22nd to 28th. We have a full pre-week of mini events run by our partners, including Mobilisation Labs and ViewSource. This is based at MozFest House at the Royal Society of Arts in Charing Cross, near the old London office. The festival weekend takes place at Ravensbourne, as in previous years, kicking off on the evening of Friday, October 6th with our science fair. We then have 2 packed days of session, arts exhibitions, interactive workshops, all taking place on Saturday 27th and Sunday 28th. This year, the festival is themed around data and you. We're exploring questions and concerns we all have about privacy and data. How is your data being used by companies you interact with on the web? What potential harms and risks does that create for your life, both digitally and offline? What can or should you be able to control when it comes to your personal data? We have sessions ranging from an installation by a Serbian artist who is exploring the human factor of the Facebook pyramid, youth-led sessions coding with Python and Raspberry Pis, and sessions debating the great battle for ethics in the Internet of Things. More information on all these events is available on the MozFest website, mozillafestival.org, and all MoCo staff receive a complimentary ticket to the festival if they would like to attend. First, you need to confirm with your manager that it's okay for you to take time to come to London. And then once you've confirmed that, you can sign up for a complimentary ticket using the Mozillian registration link in the slide deck that is linked on the Project Core wiki. Once you've done that, you book your travel as you normally would do through Agencia. And while we're pleased to offer you free entrance to the festival, hotel and flight costs must be covered by your team. We have also recommended a couple of hotels in the slide deck as well. All this information will be sent out by email from Christina Gore, just in case you missed anything now. And if you want to find out a bit more information before signing up, some of the MozFest team are hosting a brown bag tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where you can learn more information about what makes up the MozFest program this year. You should all have an invite in your calendar for that as well. There's further reading in the slide deck, but if you have any questions, you can reach out to the production team by emailing festival@mozilla.org or tweet @Mozilla Festival. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you all in London.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mark. I'm looking forward to trying to get to MozFest again this year. It's a fantastic event. Next up, we have Asa in Mountain View giving our weekly Firefox update. Hello, Asa.
Hey, Poch. Hey, everyone. Firefox 62 is our current stable release. It shipped last Wednesday, and today people all over the world are enjoying better customization of the Firefox new tab page and a Canadian localized version of Firefox. Firefox 63 is currently our beta release. There have been about 28 bug fixes uplifted to beta in the last week, including the enabling of our tab multi-select features. I don't think this actually is intended to ship in 63. It's probably going to ship in 64, but it's enabled in beta for more widespread testing. These are the features that allow you to select multiple tabs and then do things with those tabs, like save them to a bookmark, send them to another device, etc. Open or close them, etc. Firefox 64 is in the nightly channel, and over the last week there have been about 400 changes across the Firefox products. The notable ones are the sidebar is now styled properly in the dark theme. The erroneous sharp corners on Linux builds are gone, so if you had a window with client-side decorations enabled that lets us put the tabs up into the title bar got square corners instead of rounded corners. It's a minor fix, but a lot of people were kind of annoyed by the visual blemish, so it's nice to get that out of the way. People can now easily remove an extension simply by context clicking, right-clicking on the extension in the toolbar. So there's a new context menu item to remove the extension. You don't have to go to the add-ons manager to do so. And finally, the About Crashes page got a new UI update, so it's a little easier to understand when a crash report has been submitted, when it hasn't been submitted, and how to submit it. This should increase the volume of successfully submitted crash reports and help us increase stability in the product. So thank you, everyone. That was this week's Firefox update.
Wonderful. Thanks, Asa. Thank you much. Next one, we have Rizwan in Toronto giving an update on MoFo leadership programs.
Hi there. Hi, everyone. My name is Rizwan Tufel. and I'm the Director of Leadership Programs at the Mozilla Foundation. And I would want to share some exciting news about our fellowship program. Before I do that, let me just take a step back and remind people that the mission of the work that the Mozilla Foundation does is to help grow a movement for internet health. And as part of that, one of the things that we do is invest in and connect leaders of the internet health movement. As part of that, we bring on a cohort of fellows every year. And this year, we're excited in September to bring on 26 new fellows in a variety of areas in internet health. These fellows come from a whole variety of backgrounds, work on really, really interesting projects, and represent a wide diversity of geographies as well as seniority. One of the things that it's interesting that Alan Davidson was introduced just earlier on the call. Alan Davidson was actually one of our fellows in the year, it has just finished in September, so was one of our fellows in the cohort that has just ended. These fellows are doing really, really interesting work. We have an in-person onboarding planned for the fellows next week, so they will be all here in Toronto with us. Their presentations will be shared on Airmo as well. So I encourage you to tune in and also connect with the fellows and hear more about all of their exciting work. Me and my team and I are here to answer any questions about the fellows, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rizwan. Looking forward to meeting or seeing the presentations. All right. Next, we've got David Bryant in Mountain View, who's giving our weekly emerging technologies update. Hey, David.
Hey, Potch. Weird having you not here, so interesting challenge. It's September. Welcome to September, everyone. Here in North America, and I suspect other parts of the world, it's back to school time. Perhaps that's why all of our ET highlights for this week have a learning theme to them, but there will not be an exam. This is not required. Just want to point you at a couple of articles that have come out over the last week or so from a variety of sources, internal and external, that we think you might find in the spirit of reading and learning in September. First is a collection of interesting articles and videos on Rust. For example, Brian Cantrell, Node.js co-conspirator and highly regarded software wizard, has a couple of talks and papers about his experience with Rust and beginning to write his own first production Rust code, which you might find interesting. Nick Cameron has a blog post that talks about the Rust language server, which is a piece of sort of not so invisible backend software that collaborates with IDEs and development tools to make it easier for you to develop and build Rust code and packages and crates, which you might find interesting. Automatic's Ivan Enderlin has an article about WordPress, which powers an incredible range of content on the web today, is beginning to adopt Rust for a new file format, WordPress blog format that they're adopting. And lastly, Catherine West's keynote at RustConf 2018 is all about game development. So in her talk, she actually talks you through building a game. So if you've wanted to build a video game, you can see how easy and productive it is to try and do it in Rust, and learn about the Entity Component System pattern in the process. So lots of interesting audio, video, and blog posts to read there. Another learning topic, if Rust, and once you've read all the Rust articles, you want to move on to something else. A series of posts that we've been doing on our Hacks blog about the decentralized web, a topic I think you'll find that's much more increasingly visible in the media today, both from a privacy and policy perspective, but also from a technology perspective. So in this particular case, we have a series of articles that started a couple of weeks ago, first to introduce the concept of the decentralized web, and then talk through, both from Mozilla folks and folks outside Mozilla, some of the implementers and influencers that are active in this space, what all this decentralized web stuff is about. Decentralizing social feeds, files and data, how to publish and share a website from your browser without actually requiring a server, which might sound counterintuitive, but is in fact a straightforward thing to do. And then this concept of an interplanetary file system, which gives you the ability to sort of replace the concept of a location-centric internet with a HTTP class protocol with content oriented, where the information is kind of everywhere instead of just in one single place. So good opportunity to read through. I think we'll have more posts coming in the series to continue to advance the conversation about the decentralized web, but hopefully you'll find any and all of those posts from some of our own folks and community members useful. And then lastly, learning isn't always about talking. We're interested in learning from folks who have been active with us for a while with the Things Gateway from our Project Things team. So there's a survey that is gone out to those folks. If you are one of them, you should have received the survey already. It's a fairly simple set of questions that we'd like to have you answer to tell us more about why you're using the Things Gateway, what you found interesting and productive, and maybe what you'd like to see in future version of the product. And if you're not one of those folks and you didn't get the survey, instead of spending a few minutes filling the survey out, download the Things Gateway and install it and have some fun with it. That's our update from ET this week. Thanks.
Thoughtful update. Thank you very much, David. And lastly, but of course not leastly, here in Portland with me today is Michael Van Cleek, who's giving the Weekly Minute. Make sure that I've got that. For some reason, it has come up mobile, but that's okay.
That's, oh, well, that's great because I got it on my iPad. Oh, but I can see right here. I'm going to scroll it down so I can actually read it off our little cheat screen here if I can. Yeah, there we go. Hi, everybody. It's so good to have Potch here with us today. It's the Weekly Minute where I'm bringing you weekly updates from Mozilla IT on the things that we're doing to support and empower all of Mozilla in our mission to keep the web a global public resource, open and accessible to all. An internet that truly puts people first, where individuals can shape their own experience and are empowered, safe, and independent. Thought about that a lot the last week when I was out in the Oregon mountains on vacation. We just have one item today, but it's a big one, so listen up, everybody. The final countdown is here. Liftoff. Closure is coming 2 days on Wednesday. The SCL3 data center shutdown. Teams across Mozilla have been working for months, indeed years, to migrate services out of the SCL3 data center that we will be closing this week. It's going offline. We're down to the last 2 days in the data center, with this Wednesday, September 12th, being the very last day that power and connectivity will be provided. Beyond that date, we'll be tearing down the physical infrastructure in that space. If you have any concerns, please get in touch with Corey Shields. We think we've got everything, but we're going to be standing by in case something that you didn't know was in there suddenly blows up or is gone or something. So be ready to get a hold of us. And just to put it in your head, Florence and the Machine. Florence, one of my heroes, she's coming to Portland tomorrow night. I'm standing here barefoot so I can channel her because she performs barefoot. I want to give you a little something to help you think about the data center shutdown. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Whoa, and it's hard to dance with a server on your back, so shake it out. Cause we are done with SCL3. So Wednesday we'll cut it and we'll be free. Cause we like to keep our apps running strong. Cloud and MDC are our new dawn. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Michael. All right. With that, we are going to do some introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, with an encore, Michael Van Cleek. No, next up, we have some introductions. I believe we have Julie had already hopped up in San Francisco. We will start in San Francisco again. Julie, I know you have an intro to do there.
It is Janet's first day today. I'd like to introduce Janet Dragoyevich, and she's the new engineering manager for the application services team. She's from upstate New York, so she flew out for onboarding here in San Francisco. Welcome, Janet. Thanks.
Welcome. And then we have some Mountain View intros. We can do those in whatever order they approach the microphone.
Hey, Porfirio here in Mountain View, and everybody please join me in giving a warm welcome to Celeste Kinswood, our Senior Product Manager of Applications and Service, Product Marketing Manager of Applications and Services. Thank you.
Hiya, I'm Joe Fish Kay, a part of Emerging Technologies, and today I have the pleasure of introducing an RA. An RA has been, ET is basically like a remote intern. And so we're very pleased to introduce you to Jordan Worths-Brook. Jordan is a PhD student at CU Boulder. And so she'll be working remotely from Boulder, Colorado / Golden, Colorado. So if you happen to be in the Boulder, Colorado area or the Golden, Colorado area, perhaps you guys could meet up for a coffee or some such. She'll be working on the podcast project. She's got a lot of expertise around podcasts, and she spent about 10 years as a data journalist before going back to grad school. She's also got an undergrad degree in aeroastro. I haven't figured out how we're going to take advantage of that yet, but it should be fun. So please join me in welcoming Jordan to the team. Thank you very much.
Welcome. And Janelle did her intros, so we are all wrapped up for this week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sorry, gosh,
I'm sorry, Toronto.
Page, please?
That's why I should always refresh at the end. Hello, Steve. Hello.
Sorry about that. We had one at the last minute.
Not a problem.
I'm Steve Tatar, and I manage the JS team, and I'm here to introduce Ian Ireland. And he's going to be here in the Toronto office, and he comes from IBM and working on compilers. So, and I get to work on some new cool compiler stuff.
Instead of the old cool compiler stuff.
He was working on COBOL.
Wonderful. Welcome. Now to crank back up that closing enthusiasm wheel one more time. And we are all wrapped up for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a fantastic week, and you keep on rocking the free web. See you next week in Mountain View.